Hi, Pat. I'm Kate Hoover, editor-in-chief and co-founder of Outpsider Magazine. I just wanted to introduce myself. It's nice to meet you. I'd like to start this out by giving you a little bit of background on the magazine. Um, this has been a creative and innovative journey. I began with my sister-in-law to showcase outsider art made by people who are outside the lines and not following the traditional pathway. This is something that's been near and dear to my heart, and I'm very proud of the success that we've achieved. Outsider has been in business for 10 years with a very loyal following. Most businesses don't make it past the 2 year mark.
I'm really impressed with the work that you've done, Caddy, which is why I'm here and why Iceberg Media is interested in acquiring your company. I'd like to know a little bit more about your interest in selling.
Well, this has been a labor of love, but prices have really increased in terms of what it costs to publish this magazine. I put a lot of work into this, and I don't want to see it stagnate. I want to see it continue to grow and expand, but to do that, we need more resources than what I can offer.
I appreciate everything that you're saying, and I totally understand. I have the authorization from Iceberg Media to make you an offer of $350,000 for Outsider Magazine.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying, but want to point out that our circulation is 50,000 with an overall reach of 210,000. Our annual subscription revenue is just over 900,000. And while our costs are expensive, we have no debt. Um, and I'm looking for 600,000 for Outsider.
Well, I appreciate that, but purchasing any company, I'm sure you understand, comes with risks. There are no guarantees. Your circulation is only 50,000 with an overall reach of 210,000, but that's not a whole lot in the world of magazines or in the world of art. I mean, think of social media influencers with more than 1 million subscribers. Your subscription revenue is just over 900,000, which we would want to expand. And you have an ad revenue rate of 402,000, which we would also need to take a look at in more depth. And while we appreciate that you have no debt, taking over Outsider would require a huge investment for us to work to expand your reach.
And I understand that, but due to the size of Iceberg, I know you'd be able to cut production costs, which would also work to your benefit. And just incorporating Outsider into your network would also expand your reach.
Well, we would need a considerable amount of money to upgrade your website. And even then, as much as we would hope for crossover within the Iceberg family, bringing you on board doesn't necessarily guarantee success.
And I understand that. I just want to insert here that our subscribers are not only loyal to our brand, they're high income professionals and sought after by advertisers. And I think that would really work to your advantage as well.
I understand what you're saying, and you make some very good points. What if I were to raise the offer to 400,000?
I actually have an offer from a different investor for 400,000, and I've been more interested in Iceberg because you're the upcoming Bloomberg of the art world. I just don't want it to relinquish the reins. I want to make sure that the magazine continues to grow and prosper.
Let me ask you a question. Are all of your investors on board with this sale?
They could be. It depends on my offer. My sister-in-law currently gets a discounted rate on advertising in the magazine, and in return, she writes columns and features for free. I would like to make sure that she's covered for her future with the magazine.
I understand that. We would have to offer her the same advertising deal as everyone else with no future discount. But she obviously has a rapport with readers. We would welcome her continuing to write for the magazine and would pay for her columns and feature articles, which would just shift the tables a little bit. You think she'd be okay with that?
Yeah, I think she would be fine with that. But again, we already have an offer for 400,000.
So what if I took the price up to 425,000?
My asking price is 600,000, but the valuation of the business is much higher. Um, I could meet you at 500,000, but that's my absolute bottom line.
I could take the offer up to 450,000, but that's as high as I can go.
I understand. And I'm really sorry to hear that. I'll take this information back to the investors. I would have loved to have closed the deal today, but I'm afraid this is it, and they won't move forward.
Well, I really enjoyed talking to you. Let me know if anything changes because I would have really liked to have seen this go through.
Me too.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.